Welcome to the Glens Falls Independent Redistricting Task Force meeting for Thursday, May 12, 2022. My name is Bob Curtis, the Task Force Chair. With me tonight, Nancy Kelly, Connie Bossy, Robin Barkenhagen, and Lee Braggs. Mary DeSantis, the Vice Chair, had a prior commitment. She couldn't attend tonight, and Janet DeMano is not here as well. She had something that came up right at the last minute, so hopefully they will be back here next week. First item on the agenda is review approval of the meeting minutes of May 5th, 2022. We have not received those meeting minutes, so we can move that to the next agenda. Second item, review, approval, or revision of the draft text for the city's revised ward divisions from boundaries map as discussed on May 5th, 2022. I don't know if any of you or all of you had a chance to look at the ward divisions. And be kind to me, please.
No.
Yeah, I thought everything looked great.
You did a great job.
Robin?
Yes.
I probably didn't read it as deep as they did, but I didn't see anything glaring. I went through,
Okay.
Yeah.
I perused.
All right. Lee?
Looks good to me.
Okay. Do we want to vote on this or wait until next week when Mary and Janet are here as well?
So may I, a qualifying question, so we're gonna take this to the next common council meeting, 2 weeks from last night?
We'll see how the mayor and the council react to that.
Okay, so the point is, we could wait till next week, given.
We could do that and see if Janet and Mary are agreeable to that as well.
Well, the reason I like that idea is that all seven of us.
Yes,
know
yes,
about it.
I
Yeah.
agree, and that's
Yeah.
why I brought that up.
Yeah.
So we'll just table action on that. Our first two will table. And the third item on the agenda is discussion on the draft text of proposed local law proposition for the mandatory referendum to amend the charter of the city of Glens Falls to redraw the 5 ward boundary divisions of the city. And I have the local law, I've written it here, and maybe we can take a quick look at that. The way I've done this is the way that the city, we've done other local laws through the years. Actually, I stole from myself. I went back to the 2000 local law, which went to mandatory referendum for the change of from city treasurer to the city controller. And so the first several items, the invalidity and repeal are basically legal boilerplate. The first item, the purpose of the local law, that's something that we have to do. Hopefully that's explained in terms of why we are doing what we are doing. Section 5 is the mandatory referendum, and this is the point where this would go up to Warren County to the Board of Elections. And the mandatory referendum would be stated as such on the ballot in November. Resolved that local law number 4 of 2022 of the City of Glens Falls, amending the charter of the City of Glens Falls to redraw the 5 ward boundary divisions, is hereby approved. So it's phrased in a way that yes or no. And so that would be the key to the mandatory referendum. Section 6 is something that both Mayor Bill Collins and Council at Large Jim Clark wanted included, and that is an election districts review, that we do this, and if it passes, then 10 years from now, when there is a new revised census, that the mayor and the common council at the time will go back in and look at those census figures, and if anything changes from the 10% plus or minus on the average population, then that will kick in creation of a new city independent redistricting task force. I will not be serving on that task force in 10 years.
You say that now.
You say that now, you know.
To review, recommend, and submit a plan. So hopefully, I'm guessing that maybe things won't change that much population-wise, but we don't know. But that's in there, so it's something that can be referred to. And this also, that section 6, the election districts review, will be inserted into the charter of the city if this passes as well. So it'll be in the charter and it'll be part of this local law. And hopefully, you know, that will will be the conclusion of our work. Sorry, let's go back to section 2. That is where if the legal definitions of our boundary changes are okay, if Mary and Janet look at them and we all agree, then we will insert that section in right after section 2 here. So this will be a little longer than what I have here. So we will wait until the next meeting to see if that's approved, and if so, then we will try to get that to the Common Council. I don't know if anyone has any thoughts on the process. I think that one thing I'd like to do either tomorrow or early next week is contact Sarah Frankenfeld, see if she can provide us with larger maps, both the current map and the proposed map, and if she can get us PDFs for that, so that we can get all of that ready and make copies of the maps and figure something out to present to the Common Council. Also,
speaking of Sierra, whatever happened with the Park Street, the Ward 5?
she emailed us on that, and I think that there was no reaction one or the other. That if you read her explanation, I can send that to you again.
No, I'm sure I have it in there somewhere.
Okay.
One of the thousands of unread emails.
Yes, yes. Who's this Curtis guy? And
This is
then,
confidential, so I don't read it.
right. And then when we present this to the Common Council, I'd like, if the council would agree, if we can find a date, either at the last meeting in May or the first meeting in June, for the task force to present this to the council, that not only do we present it, but we ask the council to have that on the agenda, that they're approving
Good idea.
receipt of the district, the redistricting, and that they accept that, which is different than going ahead with the local law. But just so we know that they have done that, then that starts the process for us. And then at that point, we can get extra maps made, ask the city to put those maps and explanation onto the website, and make everything available to the public, even have something downstairs, on the tables and so forth. So I don't know if there's anything else that we would have to do to cover this. But I'd like to, even if next week, and it probably will be our last meeting together, I will still, let you know by email anything that's going on in terms of not only this, going to the public hearing for the Common Council, but the date when the Common Council has that proposed local law on the books for approval. And then if the council wants any of us to help out as we get closer to November.
Do you think, though, that we will have those maps by our next meeting, at least the smaller
I'm going to try,
copies?
yes.
I mean, I'm just thinking that when we
Absolutely.
send or give our proposal to the Common Council, that we include in the
Yes.
packet the maps.
Absolutely, yes, yeah. And what I'd like to do when we do make the proposal to the council at the meeting is have the larger maps
right.
for that we can discuss with the council, and have each of them in their packets have the before and after maps, so that they have everything that they need to make
So
what
to be
decision.
clear, so it means that when we present this to the council, they will then take a vote to accept it.
I'm hoping that they will, because it's one thing for us to say, okay, here it is, thank you, and walk away. We don't know. I want them to look at it. We explain what we have done in the changes, and you've got, some time to think about this before the end of the meeting.
So you said, but it's a two-step process. First, they receive it, right? They vote to receive it, and then at the following meeting, they would vote to enact.
No, they'll receive it, and then we can present this proposed local law to them.
Okay.
I would help out the clerk's office in the wording of the local law proposition as it would go up to Warren County Board of Elections. I don't have a problem with that. I think, it's something I can do. And then they would put it on the books to schedule a public hearing, put legal ads in the paper, public hearing, and then, 2 weeks or 4 weeks after that, then have the actual public hearing followed by a decision on the local law.
But there is a set time period we would like for it to be all completed.
Yes, yeah.
60
Hopefully,
days before the election, but we got plenty of time.
yeah, we
Yeah,
got
we're
plenty
ahead
of
of
time,
schedule.
and
But, no.
it would, it would be nice for us to wrap things up, and it would be nice to get this through in June if we could, so that it gets up to the Board of Elections, they have it, we're all set. And I think, that's the case where we've done everything that has been asked of us, and that's it.
That's all we do.
Well, would it be appropriate to make sure that the members of the Common Council get a copy of this prior to that meeting? So that
Yes.
when they're at the meeting, they've had time to, because it's involved when you start reading,
It
especially
is.
the directions.
Absolutely, and I think that,
Well, don't they do that with the agendas? They do addendums and,
I don't know how, I know when I was city clerk the last several years, the agendas would sort of come out on a Friday at a council meeting on a Tuesday. Is that a lot of time to look over everything? Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, that's an excellent point, and I would certainly try to do that. As soon as we knew next week that this was approved, we can start formulating something to send to the mayor and the council. I'll copy everybody on any emails I send to the mayor and the council. And I would also like after we propose this and give it to the mayor and the council, to have the city attorney look at it, sign off on it, that it's okay. If it passes muster with her, then I think we're in good shape and then schedule things.
Great.
So,
so we would be at both common council meetings, because we would have to.
if you desire to, I'm going to be there, I think as
think
the
we
chair I
should,
will
yeah.
have to, but it would be nice to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna show.
I'd also like to, in front of the council, recognize all of you for your hard work and what you have done. I've been on a lot of committees through the years, and this has been an absolutely wonderful experience for me, because we've all worked together very closely, and I do appreciate it. Everybody's been very enthusiastic about the process and helpful, and I think that that's something that should be said. I also want to publicly thank Sarah Frankenfeld,
Oh,
because
yes.
without Sarah,
Yeah.
we're lost. It's like,
What a lifesaver and a time
Absolutely.
saver.
yes, yeah.
And we're grateful to you too, and we need
Yes.
Oh,
to acknowledge
definitely.
that,
Yes,
Bob. You
yes.
have done over
Yeah,
and
that's-
above.
that's
Yeah, we'll have to say something
Well,
nice, yeah.
we want you to know we appreciate it. And
Absolutely.
we want the council to know we appreciate it.
I want ribbons for everybody.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, ribbons would be lovely. Oh, I would love a ribbon. Would you like a nice ribbon? Put it on your hat, yeah.
Milwaukee Brewers hat.
Yes.
And I apologize, we have a 70s party tonight, so I
Do you?
don't normally
All
dress
right.
this like this wild for me.
I vaguely remember the
The
70s.
This was the last thing in my closet, all the way back. I'm like, perfect.
Oh,
But it's been fun. I mean, this has been
Yeah,
a
it's been
challenge
great,
for
yeah.
us, but I've really enjoyed it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Wonderful.
definitely been a learning
Yeah.
experience for
Yeah.
me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Getting to know the city a little
Yeah.
bit better.
Yeah.
And I've-
Exactly, yeah,
and I've
me
been
too.
here since the
That's-
70s, but
I
I know the
won't
city
say.
better than I've ever known it,
Well, but I
right
think
now.
the other thing for me was the fact that I want people to see that this decision was strictly made on population. That's all we
Yes,
have.
yes.
I mean, granted, we're on YouTube, but we have no idea who these people are, and
Yeah. Nor do we care.
Nor do we care. It's a
Yeah.
number of people and
And
where you
it's the
live,
numbers.
period.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
When the council looks at the maps,
yeah,
and it's within that average, the 2966, 10% over,
Yes.
10% under, that's what was asked.
Yep.
That's what we've done. So,
Yep. we have.
yes.
I think it's been a learning experience
too.
for
Oh,
me.
absolutely.
Particularly, like you were saying, Lee, I grew up here a long time ago, and and I was in real estate 44 years, but I was not aware of where the population was actually
Yeah.
growing, so to speak, until we did this.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't think about it. I just thought of it as the city of Glens Falls and different wards, but it was really a
I was
learning
surprised
experience.
as
I was
well
surprised at a
that
couple
Ward
things.
2 and 3 were so heavy in population.
Yeah, I was
Ward
too.
had nothing,
Yeah, I had no idea
No.
until I actually looked at the map.
I mean, I guess we knew because we ran petitions in that
Right.
way for a bunch of
Yeah.
times. So,
Yeah.
it was always easier for Ben to get his petitions done than me,
Right. Right. So, without any further business, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, everybody.
See you next
Great
week.
night.